NBC 39 News at 10 is brought to you by Physicians Quality Care, where we treat you like family. 2 locations, open 7 days a week. Now, from your hometown news team in the heart of downtown Jackson, this is NBC 39 News at 10.
And good evening, and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Josh Egbert. The Miss Tennessee Scholarship Pageant kicked off tonight at the Carl Perkins Civic Center. But before the girls took to the stage, NBC 39's Camila Reda caught up with some of the local contestants as they prepare for this year's pageant.
The girls competing in Miss Tennessee had a welcoming lunch hosted by the Jackson Rotary Club. Contestants visit Jackson from all over Tennessee, but we spoke to local contestants and they told us what it means to them to be representing West Tennessee.
It's been incredible, and their support is overwhelming. From my small town of Parsons, and then also Huntington being a small town, it's very close-knit. So they've all just kind of, got in right behind me and pushed me along.
It feels awesome. It's a new experience. I'm very grateful to be here.
The community is looking forward to the first round of performances that will start tonight. Miss Dixie Pack will be singing How Great Thou Art, and Miss Lane College will be singing and dancing to Proud Mary. Having local girls and girls from West Tennessee in the competition makes Jackson even more excited to be hosting Miss Tennessee.
Whether they went to Union and maybe graduated from Union, one student was from Lane, and then you have folks that went to college elsewhere but are from Jackson, and so it just adds a nice local flavor to Miss Tennessee for us.
You can keep up with the local girls representing West Tennessee as well as those representing the rest of the state as they compete throughout the week. For NBC 39 News, I'm Camila Rueda.
The Miss Tennessee Scholarship Pageant started tonight, and the winner will be announced on Saturday.
Now, your first weather.
Well, temperatures in Jackson fell quite a bit after highs in the 80s. We had a little bit of rain, some showers across the state. And it looks like overnight we'll see a few of those work their way back into the area. Good evening, everybody. Meteorologist Andrew Kozak here. Hey, our normal or average high 86, that's where we were today, but our lows, they stayed above the average of around 64. We were at 73 degrees overnight, and it looks like we're going to have another really muggy night overhead. In fact, most of us back down into the low and middle 70s, a few upper 70s toward Union City as you make your way up the state. Meanwhile, back toward the Memphis area, 76, 75 Jackson, 73 in Parsons. Temperatures are going to kind of stay where they are, maybe even a little patchy fog overnight with some of that wet ground. In the meantime, tomorrow morning we wake up with temperatures in the low 70s. So again, we're going to kind of flatten out the next few hours. 77 by lunchtime, clouds increase again. And tomorrow, another chance for some scattered thunderstorms, probably a greater chance tomorrow afternoon. As we work our way closer to the weekend, we'll also take a look at more rain chances. By the way, tomorrow is the first day of summer. We're going to be talking about real summer-like temperatures in that 7-day plan. Your forecast with that and a look at the weekend coming up in just a few short minutes.
Well, with gas prices hovering around their 3-year high point across the U.S., many drivers are feeling pain at the pump. But Jackson Transit Authority and other public transit organizations are looking to help you dump the pump tomorrow. NBC 39's Jackson Overstreet has more.
Here at the Jackson Transit Authority's Central Transfer Station, Hub City residents are moving about their day-to-day routine. Riders like Steve Moore say using the JTA bus system is incredibly easy.
But it's great. I mean, I think I never have any problems. I never have any issues with anybody, and the bus drivers are professional. It's very convenient.
Moore says he's been riding the bus for a few years now to get between downtown and North Jackson. For those of you who don't normally ride public transportation here in Jackson, JTA asks that you, on this Thursday, put away the car keys and hop on the bus for this year's Dump the Pump.
We're asking and urging the public to dump their pump and ride public transportation.
Dump the Pump is a national event that started back in 2006 when public transit groups encouraged the public to use their services to avoid the high gas prices. This is the first year that JTA has participated in Dump the Pump, and they are prepared for the extra riders.
There is plans in place that if we have overcrowding, we have extra buses that will be available.
JTA's bus routes cover most of Jackson for as much as $1.25, something that other cities similar to Jackson do not have access to.
You know, a lot of cities our size do not have any method of public transportation. So we're very fortunate in the city that JTA is here.
In downtown Jackson, for NBC 39 News, I'm Jackson Overstreet.
Now, for a full list of JTA bus routes, you can visit their website at ridejta.com. The Madison County Sheriff's Department hosted a training session for West Tennessee officers on how to handle veterans with PTSD. The training consisted of learning the signs of a veteran experiencing a PTSD crisis, as well as how to de-escalate a situation when the officer arrives on scene. This training is part of the department's emphasis on mental health awareness as well as crisis intervention.
And this class is designed to give them tools to get them to talk with these people, get them some help, get them some direction so that they can go on with their lives. I mean, their family deserves this, and so does the country.
Deputy Tri says this training is crucial in better handling veterans in crisis because officers are usually first to respond to these types of situations. Fireworks have been illegal in Madison County for several years now, but there is still a way for you to enjoy them on the 4th of July. The Madison County Fire Department is preparing for its 5th annual Firefighter Freedom Festival at the McKellar-Sipes Regional Airport. This $40,000 event has been in the planning since last July and includes everything from performances to rides, food, and a long 30-minute fireworks show. Office Administrator of the Madison County Fire Department, Kim Turner, tells us why they started it all.
We used to have fireworks in Madison County, and for years we haven't had them. And we've had a lot of fires on the 4th of July caused from fireworks of houses and of acres of land. And so the fire marshal decided, you know, maybe we should bring back the fireworks.
Now, the family-friendly event starts at 3 o'clock on the 4th of July. Turner says it's a great way to make memories without spending a dime. Well, an artist is incorporating funeral ashes into art. It all began as a way to help family members celebrate the lives of loved ones who we lost. Ellie Romano explains how the whole process works.
My paintbrushes are those.
This artwork is created from several different materials.
This is real sand that's been poured into it and a seashell that I had.
But recently, Shalina Carter started using a surprising substance in her art. People's ashes.
In April, that a friend had contacted me about my paintings and how he had loved them and had asked about cremations inside of paintings.
She had never heard of using ashes in her style of painting, but thought it could be done.
It wasn't, but about 25 days later, I found out he had passed away from a brief illness, and his family contacted me over Mother's Day weekend and asked me to place his ashes in a painting.
She didn't hesitate to fill the family's wishes and created a beach landscape because her friend loved the ocean. His remains were incorporated in the sand using resin gloss.
During the process of getting his ashes, you see the urn sitting there, and you know that that person's passed on. But to see a painting of something that they absolutely loved it brings a smile to their face.
She says the family loved the end result, and since finishing his painting, she's been asked by 10 more people to turn ashes into art.
I can take something that is a sad situation and turn it positive for them to have something to hold on to.
Shalina says it takes only about 5 days to complete a painting with ashes, and families do not have to worry about giving them all up. Their loved ones' remains. She only needs a small amount to complete her works of art. Well, the Transportation Safety Administration is stepping up screening of powdered substances on international flights. Starting June 30th, passengers heading to the U.S. with large containers of powdered items could have their carry-on searched. Now, the change applies to more than 350 milliliters of powder. It includes spices, ground coffee, protein mix, and cosmetic items that are about the same size of a soda can. The TSA already requires extra screening on powdered items before domestic flights. All travelers are being urged to pack lighter containers of powder in checked baggage, which undergo more intense screening. The security effort isn't a ban, but TSA officers could ask a passenger to discard any suspicious powders. Well, you may soon be able to use your virtual assistant to do a little banking. Big banks and financial companies are starting to offer services through virtual assistants, including Alexa, Siri, and the Google's Home Assistant. This month, U.S. Bank began marketing the option for its customers to use all 3 virtual assistants after a soft launch earlier this year. Credit card companies Capital One and American Express have set up Alexa features that allows customers to only check their balances and pay bills with voice commands. And a major announcement from Starbucks could impact your morning coffee run in the future. Starbucks plans to close more than 150 company-operated stores as it combats slowing sales. The giant coffee company says it will open fewer licensed stores in airports, grocery stores, and other retail outlets. Starbucks has opened more than 2,000 cafes in the U.S. in the past 3 years, surpassing the number of McDonald's locations. The bulk of those stores set to close are mostly in urban areas where Starbucks are clustered and rents are high. Well, still to come here on NBC 39 News, President Trump and Congress wrestling with the issue of migrant parents prosecuted for entering the U.S. illegally. This as public outcry over the Trump administration's actions grow. The very latest from Washington.
High temperatures today reached the 80s, mid to upper 80s on this last day of spring. We begin summer tomorrow with a chance of thunderstorms. I'm meteorologist Andrew Kozak. Your forecast is on its way.